2 trillion galaxies, each one containing hundreds of billions of stars. Most of those stars have planets, and statistically speaking, billions of those planets should be able to support life. The math checks out. The Drake equation, our best attempt at calculating intelligent civilizations in the Milky Way, gives us anywhere from 1,000 to several million candidates. So here's the weird part. We've never heard from any of them. Not once. Not a single radio signal, not a megastructure, not a visitor. Nothing. The universe isn't just quiet, it's unnaturally quiet. And that silence? It might be the most terrifying sound in existence.
Physicist Enrico Fermi is having lunch with colleagues, casually discussing UFOs and faster-than-light travel. Then he drops one simple question that breaks everyone's brain. Where is everybody? Think about it like this. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Our sun, only 4.6 billion. There are stars out there billions of years older than ours. If life is common, some civilizations should have had a massive head start. The Kardashev scale measures civilizations by energy consumption. Type 1 harnesses their entire planet. Type 2, their entire star. Type 3, their entire galaxy. A Type 3 civilization would be unmissable, like a cosmic billboard screaming, "We're here!" But we see nothing, hear nothing. So what's going on? Here's where it gets dark. Theory 1, the dark forest. Imagine the universe isn't empty, it's a dark forest full of hunters. Every civilization is hiding, dead silent, because making noise reveals your position, and revealing your position means extinction. The first one to broadcast wins the lottery of getting obliterated by someone bigger, older, and more paranoid than you. We've been screaming into the void for decades. Radio, TV, the Arecibo message. And if the dark forest is real, we just painted a target on our backs. But there's another possibility, one that's somehow worse. Theory 2, the Great Filter. Something kills civilizations before they can spread to the stars. A wall, a ceiling, some inevitable catastrophe that almost no one survives. Maybe it's nuclear war, maybe climate collapse, maybe AI that gets too smart, too fast. Maybe something we haven't even discovered yet. Here's the question that should keep you up at night. Is the Great Filter behind us or ahead of us?
Okay, let's shift from theory to something you can actually see. Or can't see, which is the whole problem. In 1981, astronomer Robert Kirshner was mapping galaxies when he found something that shouldn't exist. The Boötes Void. A spherical region of space 330 million light-years in diameter. In a region that size, you'd expect to find 2,000 to 10,000 galaxies. You know how many we found? 60. The galaxy density is less than 1 per 10 million light-years. Imagine a city where every building is separated by the distance from Earth to the Andromeda galaxy. That's how empty it is. Now, astrophysicists have explanations. Cosmic voids form naturally as matter clumps together, leaving gaps behind. Totally normal. Except for one weird detail. Those 60 galaxies are not randomly scattered. They form a tube, a cylindrical structure running through the center of the void. That's odd. Here's an idea that sounds like science fiction, but is technically possible. What if the void isn't empty? What if something turned off the lights? A Type 3 civilization could build Dyson spheres around stars, megastructures that capture all their energy. To us, those stars would vanish. Not destroyed, just invisible. Now imagine that civilization expanding, star by star, galaxy by galaxy. The lights go out in an ever-growing sphere of darkness. From the outside, it looks like a void. From the inside, it's the largest empire in the observable universe, and we have no idea it exists. Or maybe it really is just empty, just a cosmic accident. But doesn't it feel weird that such a perfect sphere of nothingness exists right there in our cosmic backyard?
Pop quiz. Is Earth moving right now? Obviously, yes. We're orbiting the Sun at 30 kilometers per second. The Sun orbits the galactic center at 230 kilometers per second. But here's what they don't tell you in school. Our entire galaxy is falling. We're being pulled along with hundreds of thousands of other galaxies towards something massive, something we can't see. The Great Attractor. A gravitational anomaly with a mass of 10 quadrillion suns yanking the Milky Way and our entire galactic neighborhood toward it at 600 kilometers per second. We're part of something called the Laniakea supercluster, a cosmic structure so big it contains 100,000 galaxies, and we're all flowing like rivers toward the same point. The problem? We can't see what's there. It's hidden behind the zone of avoidance, a thick band of dust and stars from our own galaxy blocking the view. So, we're being pulled by something invisible, unstoppable, and incomprehensibly massive. Cool. Cool. But wait, it gets weirder. There's something called the dark flow. Galaxy clusters aren't just being pulled by the Great Attractor, they're flowing in the same direction toward a point beyond the observable universe. Let me repeat that. Beyond the observable universe, past the cosmic horizon, past where light itself has had time to reach us. We're like fish in a dark current, being swept toward a waterfall we can't see, can't escape, and won't understand until we're already over the edge. Some physicists think it might be gravitational pull from a parallel universe. Others think it's a structure so massive it breaks our models of cosmology. Either way, we're passengers. The universe isn't static. It's not stable. We're falling through it, and we have no idea what we're falling toward. Okay, here's where we go full existential crisis mode. What if all of this, the silence, the voids, the invisible attractors, what if it's not a mystery of astrophysics? What if it's just bad programming? The simulation hypothesis suggests that our reality is a computer simulation. And before you roll your eyes, actual physicists take this seriously. Evidence 1. The Planck length. Space isn't infinitely divisible. There's a smallest possible unit, the Planck length, about 1.6 times 10 to the power of negative 35 meters. Below that, physics breaks down. It's literally the pixel resolution of the universe. Why would reality have a minimum unit unless it's being rendered? Evidence 2. The speed of light. The universe has a strict speed limit. Nothing, no matter, no information, can travel faster than light. That's suspiciously similar to a processing speed limit. Like the universe can only handle so many calculations per second, so it caps how fast information can move. Evidence 3. The observer effect. In the famous double-slit experiment, particles behave differently when being observed. An electron acts like a wave until you measure it, then it chooses to be a particle. This is exactly how video games work. They don't render the entire world at once. That would require too much processing power. They only render what you're looking at. The universe might be doing the same thing, render on demand to save computational resources. Evidence 4. The fine-tuning problem. There are 26 fundamental constants in physics: the gravitational constant, the strong nuclear force, the cosmological constant. Every single one is tuned perfectly for life to exist. Change any of them by even 0.1% and the universe collapses, or atoms can't form, or stars can't ignite. The odds of this happening by accident? Astronomically impossible. But the odds of a programmer setting parameters to generate interesting results? Pretty good, actually. And here's how this connects to everything. What if the Fermi paradox isn't a paradox at all? What if the universe is silent because whoever created this simulation didn't bother populating it with other civilizations? Or maybe we're in a lab, a controlled experiment, and the silence is intentional. to keep the experiment pure. Or maybe we're in a cosmic zoo, a digital terrarium, and they are watching, but we are programmed to not see them. The horror of the simulation hypothesis isn't that reality might be fake. It's that if it is fake, we'll never know, by definition, because our ability to understand reality is limited by the rules of the simulation itself. So let's pull it all together. The universe is unimaginably vast, 2 trillion galaxies, countless worlds, and yet, silence. Either we're alone, the only conscious beings in an ocean of dead matter screaming into a void that will never answer, or we're not alone and everyone else is hiding in terror, hoping predators don't find them, and we just gave away our position. Or something kills every civilization before they spread, and we're next. Or something already harvested entire regions of space, and we're living next to an empire we can't perceive. Or we're being pulled towards something we don't understand and can't escape. Or none of this is real. We're code, and the silence is a feature, not a bug. The real cosmic horror isn't the size of the universe. It's not knowing whether we're truly alone or made to believe we're alone. Whether the silence is natural or designed. Whether we're explorers in an indifferent cosmos or specimens in a jar waiting for the experiment to end. Sweet dreams.